What's going on, boys? Psychopocal here, bringing another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this, we're going to be bringing you a brand new news update coming out with the new Legend Lucci as well as the new Legend Striker Law coming out in a 3-part Sugo. So if you are not aware of the title, don't pull on the current Sugo! Don't pull on Secret Sugo! It's a trap! It's a... Wait for this one. This one's way better. Alright. Most people didn't pull, but there are some people that really want those secret characters. But this Sugo is where you should be dropping your gems. Now, the reason this Sugo is amazing for new players as well as current players is it is a 3-part Sugo, as I said, but you can do up to 9 multis. And in those 9 multis, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them have guaranteed legends. So if you're going to do legend pulls already, and just on any banner, if you got 3 legends out of 9 multis, you would be pretty happy. I mean, that would be okay. But now that 4 of them are guaranteed, you could probably get like 7 out of 9 multis. That's pretty good! That's pretty freaking good! So, if you're going to whale out on a SUGOFEST, it's a great one. Now, here's the best part. This is the best SUGOFEST for whales. Because if you are wanting to do 9 multis, you can do 9 multis every day, every 2 days, and get 27 legends, basically. Or not 27. You can do 21 legends, basically. If you're going to get an average of 1 legend pull every 3 multis, that is 4 guaranteed legends plus the 3 legends over 3 different days, making it 21 legends that you possibly get over the course of 27 multis. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I would do that if I could whale out on the Sugo, but I can't. But let's go into the Sugo details. The first multi is going to be all gold. The 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th multi are all going to be guaranteed legend. Now that means that every multi after the first multi is not guaranteed gold. That is the only problem with this SUGOFEST. The only problem. But seeing how you get guaranteed legend posters, it's pretty good. Now, in addition to that, there are new legends coming on this banner. And the new legends that are coming out are going to be, yes, you've seen them on the poster, the new Quick Striker Law, as well as a brand new Quick Legend Lucci. Now, this Legend Lucci is very good. I'm going to be going over him in another section of the video, but the purpose of this SUGOFEST is just like the one we had right before the Straw Hat ranking event and the one right before the Admiral event. This SUGOFEST is for people that need these characters in order to have rate boosted units for the new Doflamingo event. Now they're all going to come with auto heal sockets, which is going to be useful. It's always useful for the new Doflamingo event. Now it's never not useful to have auto heal sockets, so I'm assuming that means you're going to take hits. And healing is good. Or you're going to take end of turn damage every turn. Who knows? But those are the things that could possibly be. The only other things that I could see is that you could take poison damage every turn, or you have end of turn damage every single turn as like a buff for the debuff for the island. So I'm assuming that is probably the direction they're looking to go, because auto heal sockets are becoming quote unquote useful. Now, just like any other ranking event that's going to be coming out, it's going to be around for 2 days. Now, the ranking event time is on the 15th, starting at 1800 Japan Standard Time, and which is basically, I think it's a reset o'clock. No, reset o'clock is 12. So that would be 2 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time. Sucks. And it also goes until 21 JST on September 17th, which is 5 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time. Sucks. So get your grinding in early, I guess, and then try to be up for the half stamina times if you can. Now the characters that are going to be available are of course the striker, shooter, slasher, and powerhouse units are of course going to be boosted again. And I will be making a spreadsheet for those characters. They're going to be so you can actually build your teams and figure out what you want to do, because you can use any version of those characters, whether it be a regular blue Lucci, whether it be a legend Lucci, whether it be 6+ Lucci, whatever, they're all going to have the same stat boosts and 10 turn cooldown reduction. So I will be making that for you guys, so you will be able to see it in a subsequent video whenever the list gets dropped for the Dofi ranking event. Now, a power-up character is going to get an additional attack boost in this one if they have 2 boosted types. So that means if somebody is a slasher striker or a shooter striker or a slasher shooter or a powerhouse shooter, it looks like they're going to get an additional attack boost on top of that. So that's kind of cool. So that makes it so that the new Legend Law is going to be better than the original Slasher Law because it's going to have 2 boosted types rather than just 1. And the new Shooter Lucci is going to be better because it's going to be a shooter powerhouse versus a fighter powerhouse. So it's definitely going to be interesting how they're going to be doing these characters and what's going to be boosted. But we do know 5 of them that are, or 6 of them that are available right now that are not legends. It's going to be Marguerite, Donsai, any Frankie, any Robin. We also have Leo, and lastly we have Don Chin Zhao, Donsai and Don Chin Zhao, which is kind of cool. Now, going back to the SUGOFEST, for the what is available on the SUGOFEST, we're going to have the Quick Legend Law is going to be available on days 1 and 3. Parts 1 and 3, which will be the 13th through the 15th, and the 17th through the 19th, and then the Lucci is going to be available on parts 1 and 2, which is the 13th basically through the 17th. So that is the time frame that you can get those characters, and they're going to be very useful in the new ranking event. Now, you can probably do the runs without the new characters. There's probably teams that you already have on your accounts that will allow you to do this, but here's the banners for each day, so you can see that this is the second part, and we have Lucci. We can see the new Boas on here, so it looks like Boa is going to be rate boosted up. So that's really nice having Boa rate boosted up, because then you can use her on your shooter teams or your fighter teams or your free spirit teams, whatever you're going to be making for the new ranking event. That's going to be really, really useful for that, as well as Cavendish, which is available. So we know Cavendish is rate boosted up on this new event, and that means that's going to be the Cavendish, which is the legend, as well as the secret unit, and the last one, which is the the invasion unit. Now, all of those are really, really good units, but of course, everybody wants to know a little bit more about the new Legend Lucci. Now, the new Legend Lucci is a very good unit, but it's not a super unique unit. I've heard this many times before when we were talking on Discord. He's really similar to the old Legend Lucci because he revolves on orb manipulation. Now, he has 2 mechanics, in my opinion, that make him better than 6+ Lucci, but he also has mechanics that make him worse. So the 2 mechanics that he has that make him better than 6+ Lucci is that he can also reduce defense for 2 turns. Really good to have a defense reducer. Really good. And the actual translation says drastically. So usually that means either 80, 90, or 100%. We don't actually know how much. Drastically is usually 80, 90, or 100. It's probably not 100% because that would say completely or something similar to that. It's also going to do extra large typeless damage. I've heard the words large typeless damage before. I've never heard extra large. Large typeless damage was 60k, I think. 60 times attack. This might be 75 or 80 or something like that to all enemies. That's really, really, really good. Really, really, really good. The reason it's really good is because in the current meta, there is a lot of different ways of wave clearing. And wave clearing is extremely useful for many different types of content. Just for example, the Coliseum Shiryu revolves around 2 turns of wave clear. So you want to be able to clear all the ads around Van Augur, as well as on the Shiryu boss, you're going to want to clear all the ads around Shiryu. Extra large typeless damage, really, really helpful because you want to be able to clear all the ads around them. Well, if your character is, say, locked on one character, you can't change targets, or if you just need to clear the ads so you can focus on the bosses, depending on what you want to do. Very, very useful. Now, he's also going to change all orbs of powerhouse characters to matching. I don't actually think we need that. The first 2 are already great. The healing, he also heals for 20% of max HP. The 20% heal is not needed. That part is like, if they put something else there, it would be really great. But I'm just looking at this character versus the new Coliseum Nekomamushi that just came out. I think Nekomamushi Coliseum is a better unit than this Quick Lucci. This Quick Lucci is amazing. But for a special, for the second part. The first 2 parts of his special is really, really good, though. And then the orb manipulation is also very, 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 very good. There's a lot of interrupts and stuff that go around that, so it makes it not as good. If they made if this Lucci, in my opinion, the way that this Lucci could have been better released is if he was more akin to how Boa is. And instead of making it changes all orbs to matching orbs, it would have been better if this character made all orbs beneficial. So that would have been a way better character ability versus having all matching. Because having all matching is great, but what happens if there's an interrupt shuffle and you get all badly matching? And that part I just didn't really like. His captain ability is very good and has higher potential damage than 6+ Lucci. However, I don't think it's going to be as good as 6+ Lucci for the teams that you want to use him on. The thing that makes him better than 6+ Lucci is that he's a shooter. I'm not kidding. That part is insane. I love that part. That's my favorite part about this new unit. That is the one thing about this unit that I really, really, really like. And I will tell you why. After we go over his captain ability. So Lucci's captain ability is kind of cool. It scales upward as you attack. So it's kind of like Legend Law, like the original Legend Law, where if you hit perfects, your attack goes up. So by on the 6 perfect, you're gonna have a 4 times boost, and it's not 100% clear if you get to carry that 4 times boost into the next turn. But I'm assuming it just starts over every turn. I'm not really 100% sure on how they're gonna do that. But the actual captain ability reads, for this turn, every time you hit a consecutive perfect, the attack boost will increase. And it says for this turn, so I'm assuming every turn it resets. So you start at 2.5 and go to 4 times by the end. And the weird thing about attack multipliers is, like, how is it going to calculate that you're going to have your 6th perfect? That means that half your damage before the perfect is going to be on the 3.6 multiplier, and the half the damage afterward is going to be on the 4.4 times multiplier, which is kind of weird to me. Like, why would they do that? Unless, like, the entire damage gets boosted up to 4 times by, like, somehow. I'm not really sure how they're going to do that. Maybe it's going to have, like, really similar damage to Legend Lucci. I'm not really sure how they're going to do the multiplier. So, it is kind of a weird thing. He also boosts your HP by 1.2, which is really good, and it makes it so that powerhouse characters can heal, which is also very good. So the reason his captain ability is really good is not because he's really good for a double Lucci team. Oh no, that's not why he's good. In this case, Hody Jones here is Lucci. Let's just say that. So you're able to get a full board of matching orbs. Really, really good. That part is awesome by itself. Really good. Really, really good. So with this, you can bring a Blackbeard Lucci team and be able to do 2 turns of individual damage and just blow through content. It's a really good character. Right now we have some of the higher potential damage that you can have on this team. This is a really high damage team that goes through barriers and damage reduction. Very, very, very useful to go through barriers and damage reduction. And with the Blackbeard chip, you can get basically all of cooldowns down to a certain a reasonable amount of turns. Now, it does have a good amount of HP and can heal for a decent chunk. The healing on this team is probably similar to what you would see on the team, probably going to be about 800 to 1200. You're not going to get a lot of healing on this team, but it does do a decent amount of damage. If you don't know what Story Mode Hody's captain ability is, Story Mode Hody is a 3.5 captain, and then gradually reduces his captain ability as it goes on, which all you have to do on the damage calc is put the damage at 0, so it works out. But this gives you kind of an idea of what to expect with the new Lucci coming in, because he's not a flat 3.5 multiplier. He's going to be a 2.5 going to a 4 times, which could be about a 3.25 or a 3.5 multiplier. They did, when we were doing a damage calc on, like, what the highest potential damage you could do with a double Lucci team, with the 6+ Lucci versus the new Lucci, you could potentially do about 10 to 20% more with the new Lucci versus the old Lucci. But the difference between those characters is based on you actually getting the perfect and getting the 4 times multiplier for the perfect, and actually your damage scaling higher, quicker. So this right here, I'm not 100% in love with this shown multiplier, because it would have to say that your 6 perfect would scale all the damage after the perfect, not the damage before the perfect. Because you have combo hits before the perfect, like there's 3 combo hits there, and then your damage scales after that. So I'm not really sure how they're going to do the multiplier there and how it's going to scale into that, or how it's going to scale into the damage that you're going to hit before the perfect, after the perfect, or whatever. But we do know that it's going to be pretty darn good. Well, that's going to conclude the video. I'm SUGOFEST, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do enjoy the video, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. And of course, have a great rest of your day. Just before we log off here, I'm going to say, if you do have comments on the new Legend Lucci, as well as the new Striker Law coming to Japan, please let me know in the comments description below. I do want to know what you guys think, and as well as figure out exactly what you guys are looking forward to in the next bit of content. But of course, I will see you guys in the next video when we go over the Don Quixote ranking event. But again, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.